This isn't just another DUI case. This is a full-blown courtroom reckoning. The defendant, Dormadeli Vasquez Ledesma, is about to face a judge who isn't in the mood for excuses. What starts as a routine sentencing turns into a tense back and forth where every detail of the police report makes the air in the courtroom heavier. 2 young children in the car, driving against traffic, conflicting statements about drinking, and then an almost unbelievable moment right in the middle of her arrest. Stick with us, because the judge's reaction is about to show exactly how the justice system deals with dangerous high-stakes recklessness. And trust me, by the end, you'll have your own opinion on whether this sentence goes far enough.
I had her walk to the front of my patrol car. She said she did not know why she was stopped, but supposedly she was going against traffic. CR 10960, State of Texas versus Dormadeli Vasquez Ledesma. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Jordan for the state.
Defense?
Charles Sierra for Ms. Vasquez.
And are you Ms. Vasquez Ledesma? Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have you.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Ledesma, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 72 hours in the Bexar County Jail, 100 hours of community service restitution, DWI education, DWI victim impact panel, ignition interlock for half the term, 2 years driver's license suspension.
Let's pause here because the list of penalties the prosecution is recommending is no joke. We're talking about jail time, hundreds of hours of community service, license suspension, ignition interlock, alcohol monitoring, parenting classes, and more. These aren't random punishments. Each one is designed to hit at a different point of responsibility. The state clearly believes this defendant's actions went far beyond a simple mistake. But here's the question: are these penalties a genuine attempt to rehabilitate her, or a warning shot meant to make sure no one else in this county tries something like this?
Parenting course, scram ankle monitor for 60 days, and regular UAs. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? All right, against Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing? Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
With respect to the recommendations by the VA with the 2-year license suspension, my client cleans houses for a living. He needs to be able to drive and he does take children to school for children in school activities and so forth. So I'm asking the court for some leniency on the.
Oh no, her license is going to be suspended. Did you read this police report?
Yeah, I don't think.
Oh, do you want a jury trial? Because let me just tell you what I read in this police report.
I know.
Now, let me tell you what it is, because I don't think you have internalized what's in this police report. So you had your children.
This is the first moment where the judge gets visibly heated, and for good reason. Driving against traffic isn't just illegal, it's a head-on collision waiting to happen. Add 2 kids in the back seat and you're not just risking your own life, you're gambling with theirs. Judges have a certain tone when they've hit their limit, and you can hear it right here. This isn't about being tough on crime, it's about calling out sheer, reckless endangerment in a way that leaves no room for misunderstanding.
Children with you. And according to this, you were pulled over because you were driving against traffic. So that means that you were driving improperly. You were going against traffic, which means other people could have been injured. In the vehicle, you had an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. And it says, when I arrived on location, AP, that's you, was standing on the sidewalk, unhandcuffed. I had her walk to the front of my patrol car. She said she did not know why she was stopped, but supposedly she was going against traffic. AP then admitted to consuming 2 drinks at Ingram Park Mall at a bar, but did not know the name of the bar. She started drinking at 8 p.m. and stopped at 9 p.m. AP later denied consuming any alcohol and also denied that she first admitted to consuming alcohol. She did not know what time it was. She said she was not driving. She was shopping. Last ate at 3 p.m. And under a doctor's and is not under a doctor's care and has no prescribed medications. During the interview, she said she needed to use the bathroom, so I advised her that I would have a female officer to make the location, and she walked away to a tree and started.
Yes, you heard that correctly. In the middle of an arrest, during an interview with an officer, she walked over to a tree and began urinating. Now, it might sound almost comedic, but legally, moments like these can be devastating in court. It adds to the picture the prosecution is painting: impaired judgment, lack of control, and a disregard for the seriousness of the situation. In the eyes of the judge, this isn't just a DWI, it's a case full of behavior that reinforces the danger of letting someone like this back on the road.
And started to urinate. After she finished urinating, I completed the interview. She had bloodshot, glassy eyes, slurred speech, and was unsteady on her feet. The odor of alcohol was also getting stronger as she kept talking. They did the HGN. You failed the HGN. So I am not sympathetic to her with the driver's license suspension. Her license.
And there it is, the judge drawing a hard line. No amount of personal hardship, no argument about work or driving children to school is enough to outweigh the risk. License suspension is one of the few tools courts have to physically stop, repeat dangerous driving. Some viewers might think this is harsh, but put yourself in the shoes of the families driving on that same road that night. Would you want someone with this record and this behavior behind the wheel?
Her license is going to be suspended. Do you realize you could have killed your children and other people?
Yes.
But do you understand that?
Having drank since, yes, I very understand
When's the last time you had alcohol?
that day
All right, when you drug tested today, what are the results going to be? For everything?
for everything.
All right. Probation, I'm going to want a drug test on Miss Ledesma. And I'm going to also want it for alcohol if you're able to do it for alcohol as well. Are you employed? You're cleaning houses?
Yes.
All right. And how often do you do that?
Almost every day.
Do you work with the company or no?
No, for myself.
So how are you paid?
Oh, with my customers.
I mean, is it paid by check, cash?
Oh, Zelle, cash sometimes.
Okay.
She works for an attorney friend of mine that's found representative.
Okay.
Work for.
All right, you're whispering so the court reporter can't hear.
Say, she does work for various people and she gets paid cash or check. And she cleans houses for other attorneys that I know things I got involved.
Were you able to hear him? Okay. All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 180 days in the Bexar County Jail.
Now we get into the final sentencing. And here's where the structure of probation becomes critical. On paper, it might sound lenient suspended jail time in exchange for strict supervision, but these conditions are intense. Miss one sober meeting, fail a test, or get caught around alcohol, and the suspended sentence can turn into real jail time overnight. The judge is basically saying, I'll give you a chance. But one wrong move and it's over. It's a legal tightrope. Walk with zero margin for error.
Suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $2,000 fine that will be probated. Do you know the restitution amount for the labs?
It's usually $60, Judge. I'm not sure if it is in this case.
All right, restitution for lab testing, if any. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Follow recommendations of TAP. If they say outpatient treatment, then I'm going to want intensive outpatient treatment. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider with minors. There is to be no employment where you're working at any establishment whose primary source of income there is serving alcohol beverages. Do you understand? 100 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court was not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. I'm going to want parenting classes. The remaining of the hours will be waived with parenting classes. DWI education course. DWI victim impact panel. With regards to the ignition interlock, You're asking for ignition interlock in the Scram device?
The scram, we're only asking for the first 60 days, Judge, but yes.
All right, I don't understand Scram and ignition interlock.
Scram, we want to get her started off on the right foot. That's why we're only requesting it within the first 60 days. Ignition interlock, we're requesting for half the term of probation, which would obviously be longer than that. So we want to keep her monitoring, and I believe that
The cost factor here is worth noting. Ignition, interlock and scram devices aren't cheap. For many defendants, the financial strain is part of the punishment. You're literally paying for your own monitoring every single day. Some call it justice as a bill you have to keep paying, while others see it as a fair price for keeping the roads safe. Either way, the message is clear. Freedom comes with conditions, and those conditions will hit you in both your time and your wallet.
that may be required by statute.
No, I mean, the ignition interlock, yes, but I mean, ignition interlock in Scram is going to be very expensive.
That's because it leaves.
You're going to have ignition interlock on every vehicle that you have access to. And when I say have access to, if it's parked at your house, if it's owned by your husband or whoever lives at your home, ignition interlock is going to be on there. And that's going to be ignition interlock for the full term. 2-year Texas driver's license suspension. And I'm going to want regular UAs, field visits, 1 time per month. And please tell probation, check her home for alcoholic beverages. When you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all, even in your own home. You understand? And there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else? Anything else you need from the court? Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. I haven't done any statistics. My statistics professor would be very upset with me for this. But what I've learned is people who drive intoxicated, if there's an accident, you know who ends up dying? Passengers in the vehicle, other people who are just going about their business. Probably your children could have been killed that day. And then if they would have been killed that day, you would be in court boo-hooing and crying about my children are dead. So,
I was feeling that. But
yes. So you shouldn't have started. All right, probation will go over conditions with you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So here's where we land. Dormadeli Vasquez Ledesma walks out of court with her freedom, but under some of the strictest probation conditions you'll see for a first-time DWI. The judge made it clear this wasn't just about one bad night, it was about children's lives, public safety, and the personal accountability that follows. 2 years of probation, license suspension, alcohol monitoring, community service. The consequences are heavy, and they're meant to be. What do you think? Was this sentence fair, too lenient, or too harsh? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown eye-opening, hit like, share this video, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom moments. You won't want to miss what we have coming next.